Hello, this is Dr. Simon Dutoit. I'm the chair of the University of Windsor Rhodes Scholarship Committee, and I'm hoping that you're considering making an application to the Rhodes Scholarship. The purpose of this video is to give you some information about the application process so that you can prepare an application. I'm hoping that you'll send that to me by email at scholars@uwindsor.ca by August 1st. So what is the Rhodes Scholarship? In this second video, I hope to deepen your understanding of the Rhodes Scholarship vision by talking through what happens for candidates who are invited to Toronto for the second round of the application process. It's very exciting, but also very challenging process, and even making it to Toronto is a huge accomplishment. As part of that broad vision, I think it's really important for you to understand how important the essay that you will write is in the application process. And finally, I want to present with some more details to you about the application procedure. In the first video, we looked at Cecil Rhodes's vision for the Rhodes Scholarship and how he wanted to find others who are interested in fighting the world's fight. And indeed, we have already sent one University of Windsor graduate to Oxford University through the Rhodes Scholarship program, and that is Dr. Joshua Chauvin. We also talked about the selection criteria for what it is that the Rhodes Canada people and Rhodes International are looking for, and talked about the process of how to apply. During that second round, once your application is complete, scholars are selected to go to Toronto for a meeting with other Ontario candidates and an interview with representatives of Rhodes Canada. I want to be clear with you that not everybody who gets nominated by their university is invited to Toronto. Typically, each university in Ontario submits one nominee. That means that 21 people will be nominated each year. However, it is also acceptable for people to apply directly to Rhodes Canada. And so people who are Ontario residents, who grew up in Ontario but who are studying at universities in the United States, are able to apply for the Rhodes Scholarship through Rhodes Canada. And that means that in any given year, there might perhaps be as many as 40 or 50 nominees from different universities around the world, all applying to Rhodes Canada in Ontario. They will select a field of perhaps 15 or 20 people from those applicants. So that's, another round of competition that you're going to have to get through. If you're selected as one of the two Rhodes Scholars at that meeting in Toronto, you have to apply for admission to Oxford University right away. And that's a separate process. Just because you've been selected as a Rhodes Scholar, you still have to go through. It doesn't mean you don't have to apply. You do have to apply. So typically what happens in Toronto is there's a Friday night, what used to be called a cocktail party. I don't know how they're going to do that during the pandemic. We haven't heard yet. And then on Saturday, there's a more formal interview where you would be, I would imagine, in a Zoom space with 5 or 6 other people who are representatives of Rhodes Canada. And that'll be more like a typical interview. And as I've said, they will choose 2 people to represent Ontario each year. So that essay, that 1,000-word statement is really the key. The 3.75 GPA is just a bar that you have to get over. Once you've cleared that bar, your vision for what you want to accomplish is what they really are looking for. They're looking for people who have demonstrated the ability and the clear desire to make a difference in the world. That difference, of course, will be supported by what you're going to study while you're at Oxford, and that means that you're going to have to do a little research on the Oxford University website. Not only should you know which specific program you want to take, you should probably know which faculty members you wish to study under and why. What is their research record? What have they demonstrated or achieved in the world? And why do you think they would be good mentors to help you accomplish your vision? The interview here on our campus is done by a committee, and it will be done through Teams or Zoom, and it will consist of myself and a number of other people from across the university, a couple of deans, people who serve on scholarship committees and or have educational experience in the UK. The interview is obviously very important because we're going to be weighing up your accomplishments against those of the other applicants. But again, it's going to be most important for you to be comfortable and articulate about your vision, what you want to accomplish, and how that vision connects with the things that you've already done. It's important, I think, always to keep the bigger picture in view. Any kinds of things can be asked of you in that meeting. And obviously one of the things we're going to try to do is test your intellectual skill, your communicative ability, how well you reason, and also what your goals and your character really are. What are your core commitments? I think it's super important for you to speak from the heart when you're in that interview, and make sure that you take the opportunity to really show to the committee what your passions are, why it is it's so important for you to change the world. Married students are eligible to apply. However, don't forget that the stipend that they pay is really only enough for one person. So if you choose to take your partner with you, that person will have to provide for themselves financially through other means. Rhodes House will, of course, welcome your partner should that person decide to go with you. And I believe accommodations for married persons or partnered persons are available. I'm hoping you're interested in applying and seriously considering an application. The Rhodes Scholarship is the most famous scholarship in the world. It certainly is a very rich scholarship, and because of those two things, it's hotly contested. But as I said earlier, why not? Take a chance. What have you lost if you've challenged yourself to reach for this high bar? Please review the Rhodes Scholarship webpage. Contact me directly if you need support, if you need more information. I would certainly encourage you to talk to your faculty members, the people you've worked with closely, and to decide whether you want to pursue the Rhodes this year or in a future year. If you're well under the age requirement, there's no reason why you couldn't, for example, graduate from the University of Windsor, go and do a one-year master's program somewhere else, and still come back and apply for the Rhodes through the University of Windsor, because as an alumnus, we would be more than happy to support your application. Your letter of interest that I want you to send to me by August 1st, I think will be best if it is based on a very good draft of your 1,000-word statement. So if you're preparing an application, start there. Once we've received your application, I will review all the letters and pass them on as profiles to all the members of the committee, and we will interview you eventually. We want to look at your transcript, your resume, and your letter of application. So please send all three of those documents to me by August 1st. I'd appreciate that. And then we will select a group from the applicants, interview those folks, and then send on our recommendations to the president of the university. It is your responsibility to submit all of those documents that we covered earlier to the Rhodes website. If you are selected, we will give you an application code that will enable you to get into their password protected area to upload all those documents. I also have a Rhodes Canada memorandum that will give you further details about that process. So there you have it. Rhodes Scholarship will take you to Oxford University for a number of years, perhaps to do a doctorate, but certainly it will be a life-changing experience, and we hope a world-changing experience. So challenge yourself, set high goals, and if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to talk to you at any time. Thank you.